The captain of the guard, Dick Cumlightly.
Oh, come on. How did you think that would go, Nathan?
Dick Cumlightly. Nice.
That, of course, was an intentional double entendre, just to give you a little warm up. Anyway.
Surrounded by wolves in the frozen snowy north. Oh, Krill, the plans Greg made nearly ended you. He raised up his hands and wiggled his fingers around. Even though it's backfired before, he didn't think it through. Oh, I've seen fire fly down like rain. I've seen barbarians screaming out in awful pain. I've seen Greg kill with friendly fire, but we didn't blame. But I'm pleased to see you survive this, Krill, again. The dire wolves are not as dire as they would have us think. We wipe them out with fire and blade in not more than a blink of an eye, then onto the eye of the All-Father, my friends and I. The adventure continues.
The assembly hall is awash with noise, as giants all around call out in warning as a wrench hurtles towards the ground. This wrench is the length of a shovel and would easily injure or even kill anyone stood below it, even if they are 20 foot tall. Luckily for all involved, the object crashes to the floor and avoids hitting anyone. It cracks the tiles beneath it and creates a large ditch, however. The shouts end and a tense silence fills the room. Everyone turns to Duke Salto, or avoids his eyes, wondering if he will erupt in anger. Of all the days for this to happen, it would of course be the day he is visiting for an update. Almost sensing the room is waiting for him to react, the Duke bursts into laughter, pointing at the unfortunate giant who dropped the tool. Ha ha! We do not need the Vonindod after all. Perhaps we just send him into the world with a wrench and watch as he destroys all in his path. Ah! The room relaxes with laughter and turns to its work. The Duke and his wife share a wry smile with each other, and then he returns to his immediate audience, holding out his hand as a female fire giant places a large adamantine ring in it. You have done well, Ilgamain. This is what, the third piece you have brought home? Fifth, my lord, and thank you. I lost my mate to some resistance, but was able to return and retrieve the item easily on my second attempt. The fools had even dug it out of the ground for me. The Duke raises his eyebrows and continues, I am sorry for your loss, and thank you for your tenacity. I am sure any of these would be more than happy to replace your mate. Ilgamain nods and looks amongst the workers to see if anyone takes her eye to claim for her own. The Duke turns to another fire giant, one who is surveying the work being undertaken, and hands over the ring. Here is another piece for our weapon, Kalag. When can we expect it to be operational? Kalag turns to Duke Zalto, licks his lips quickly, and takes a big gulp. So, sire, this is delicate work. We are creating a weapon from millennia ago, from scraps of information. The pieces are coming in too slowly. I fear it will not be ready in time, if ever at all. The Duke replies, You suggest we take another course? Kalag blinks. Yes, sir, this may be wisest, yes. The Duke nods and smiles. This is a shame, and I thank you for your honesty. You have always been a wise counselor. Turning to another giant. You, what is your name? Herja, my lord. Heard ya. Yes. You are foreman now. And quickly swings his maul, crushing Kalug's skull. Blood spattered, Zalto returns to Ildomain. Find me more. You continue to travel through the snowy north of Faerun, hunting for the eye of the Allfather. You're currently about 5 days into your travel, and it's around this point that Harshnag speaks to you all and essentially says that he thinks that given your starting point, given the expectation that you were about 10 days away, that he anticipates that you've been doing good journeying and hopes that you're well on course to meet the initial estimate. As you remember, the days as you're travelling have been, from a mechanical and game playing point of view, have been split up into 2 sections. The morning and early afternoon being the first part, and then the second part being the late afternoon, evening, and night sections. Each day is also broken up into a number of roles. We have constitution saving throws to see how you weather the storm, so to speak, as well as some skill checks each day to see whether or not you get yourself into any bother, delay your journey, or get into any fights. Any questions before we proceed?
No. I don't believe so, no.
Good stuff. Excellent stuff. Okay. Yesterday, the last day, was, I believe, the last 2 people to go were, he says, without having the stuff in front of him, I believe it was Luke and Mike. But let me just double check that is correct. Sorry, Luke and MJ were the last 2 to do skill checks. So today's skill checks will have to come from the other 3 of you. But first, a reminder of this. A reminder of the skills that we still have on in front of us. So the remaining skills you have are stealth, investigation, nature, religion, insight, medicine, perception, and deception. Perception.
Is that what's left?
Deception. That's what's left. Yeah. So those are ones that you guys haven't yet done. Okay. Awesome. Okay. We awaken on day 6. Can I get a constitution saving throw for you? And just a reminder where we are, I'm looking for a DC 14. If you fail, you will move down the exhaustion ladder. If you succeed, you will stay where you are.
Seem to recall last time I was very good at failing constitution checks.
And remember, some of us have got crag cat pelts, so +1 for anyone who has forgotten.
Yeah, there were 2 pelts, I believe. I think. So you can move those around.
There was 3, but 1 ended up on Sebastian.
I've received a 6.
You've received a 6.
I've received a 6, courtesy of my poor rolling.
Okay, well that is, I think. Hang on a second, I'm just checking. Yeah, that is less than 14. So that is you're going to move down the exhaustion list.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Do you remember? Actually, I was going to say, do you remember when I
21.
offered you?
So Gregomel's fine. Krill.
Also 21.
What was you going to say, Krill?
Remember when I offered? I mean, it wouldn't have made a difference. I don't think it would have fixed 6. But remember, I offered him the crag cat coat, and he went, "Nah, I'd rather look like a fucking big emo."
Yes, 7 is also less than 14. I've just heard. Thank you to our experts over in Europe. Quinch.
26, top mark.
26. Wow, was that a natty T?
Big time.
Wow,
big time.
And finally, Devolve.
On the button. 14.
14, lovely. So just Dweezil once again. What level are you of exhaustion?
I believe I was...
You've just had a long rest, so you should have...
I believe I'm now just at level 1.
Level 1. So just your cheeky little ability checks.
Yeah, which for a passage of the game which is entirely focused on making ability checks is probably good.
It is probably good. It is almost the worst thing you could have at the moment, some would argue. Okay. Harshnag, whilst in this morning section, whilst he's talking to you about your travelling and talking about his expectation that you appear to be on track to meet the 10-day estimate that he'd set forth at the beginning, he points out ahead of you that it will soon be time for you to. You may recall when you started traveling, you had the option of going almost like directly through the mountains, or the option you did take, which was to go around the south on the snowy plains and then come up later. He said he estimated that both travel times were going to be roughly the same. One would just be a bit more arduous on climbing and things like that, whereas the other one would just be a quote-unquote easier way around, but longer. Or not longer, it's the same, but a longer distance. He says that as you've been travelling these last few days, it's now time for you to start heading north, as he believes there may be a valley or something similar up ahead that you'll be cutting through the mountains to get where cutting through the mountains when you go to get to the eye of the All-Father. You look around yourselves and enjoy what could be your last day in the plains. Right then, so let's do a skill check. Who wishes to be up from Dweezil, Gregomel, and Krill?
I was going to say I'll jump in.
You go. No,
just because I've not got many reasonable skills left.
Okay.
Could you just run through what we do have, just to make sure I'm maximising potential?
What ones you still have? So stealth, investigation, nature, religion, insight, medicine, perception, deception.
Being that it's the only one of the skills left where I have a positive modifier, I would like to take perception, please.
Perception, okay. Can you therefore give me a perception roll, please?
Yeah, of course. It's not ideal. It's a 14 overall.
It's a 14 overall. That fails. It's been a pleasant few hours, and whilst it's freezing cold, the sun is shining, and there are next to no clouds in the sky. You are surrounded by the beauty of the wild, but perhaps being somewhat distracted by the intention to head north. Too late, you notice that the ground up beneath Harshnag looks odd, and you're too late to warn him, and he falls down a large hole, taking 8d6 bludgeoning damage. It takes, given the depth of the hole, which is 800, no, that can't be right, 80 foot deep.
800 foot.
80 foot deep, and given his size and everything like that, it's very difficult for him to climb out. You do everything you can. You tie lots of ropes together. You do absolutely everything you can to try. Greg gets down and starts pushing, and and Quinch start pushing from his arse, trying to lift him from the... Anyway, it takes you a considerable amount to get him back out, and he does take 8d6. So let's see what we're dealing with on an 8d6. That's 7. Ooh, 9. 17. And last one. So he takes 23 bludgeoning damage as he falls down. This could have been a lot worse, to be fair.
Yeah, that's not too bad for 8d6, is it?
No, it's not too bad. That's actually all right. But, still, who knows? Okie dokie. Thank you very much for your thing. Okay. You start heading into the afternoon section of the day. Can I get another Constitution saving throw from you all?
Yes, Nathan.
please?
I am going to cast Bardic Inspiration upon myself. Didn't need it. So I'm failing anyway.
15.
You
didn't need it because you're failing anyway.
No, I didn't need it, and it's unfailing anyway, but I wasn't going to use it, so it doesn't matter that it was unfailing. I'm just talking nonsense.
I thought you'd failed, and it was so poor that even a D8 wouldn't help. Okay.
17.
17. Okay, that's fine. Anyone else struggle with the 14?
For Greg.
25 for Greg.
16.
16. Quinch. Krill.
15.
Lovely. Okay.
11.
Ooh, Krill drops down the ladder of exhaustion. Okay. Right. You carry on traveling, and just before you get to the valley itself, the sunlight starts disappearing. Not literally, like the sun's just going down. Just how it happens at the end of the day. And you decide now is probably the best time to take a long rest before you head into the valley itself, and you don't really know what's in there. You'd rather try and start your traverse in the daylight. You come to a river, and there appears to be, as you've started to move north, the temperature is starting to drop a little bit, and this river does have lots of. It is moving, but there also appears to be like ice, lots of ice in this river. Some of it static, some of it clinging to the side of the bank, but actually also lots of chunks that are just floating past. A bridge crosses it, which in theory you could all cross, despite Harshnag's size. It is big enough and strong enough to take him, but as I say, due to the nighttime, you decide let's stay this side of the river for the time being and cross in the morning, and then you can start going through the valley. The night draws in, and you make camp for the night. You set up watch, as you've done hundreds of times now, not quite hundreds, but you've done it plenty of time. Around 2 a.m, let's roll for this. 1 to 2 is Sam, 3 to 4 is Stuart, 5 to 6 is Luke, 7 to 8 is MJ, and 9 to 10 is Mike, or their respective characters. We have a 2, so that's Krill. Okay. Around 2 a.m, when you're doing your section of the watch, Krill, you hear off to the side crunching of snow heading your way, just beyond the trees. You look over towards it and stand up sharply, like brandishing your weapon. And then all of a sudden, crashing through, you see a large, white, hairy beast emerge. He sees you, beats his chest, roars, and heads in your direction. Can you all please roll me some initiative as I take you to the map?
Oh my gosh.
That's actually
Yeti
Greg
vibes.
after he's had a shower.
Remind me what level 1 exhaustion affects.
Level 1 is disadvantage on skill checks.
And that is all.
Right, okay. We've got our initiative, and at the top of the order, we have ourselves a Dweezil of the Vansafir variety.
Hello, Nathan.
Hello there, Stuart. I've spoken to you for ages. Carry on.
It looks a bit like a Wampa.
Yeah.
Wampa?
From the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
You've never heard of it?
No, I've heard of the Star Wars.
Oh, you've heard of Star Wars. Good. I am pleased. Okay.
The Star Wars.
Let's kick things off with a very simple little spell. What I would like is for the Wampa, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, I can get that. I'd like for it to make for me an intelligence save, Nathan.
An intelligence save. Now, let me just double check it doesn't have anything that is problematic. No, I think we're okay with that. Okay. Intelligence save. You can imagine that this creature has very high intelligence. Ooh. Does roll very well, though. 18.
Yep, that's good. Well done, Nathan. That is excellent. very much enjoyed that.
Yeah. Imagine you did.
Yep. Bonus action. I will not do very much. I will give Krill. I very much enjoy your pubes as I pump an inspiration into him.
Thank you.
I'm gonna let it go, but I should kick you out of the game for that because I don't like it. Okay.
What don't you like?
Pumping your inspiration into him.
Inspiration into him by the medium of pube chat.
Right. Okay. Lovely. That your turn. Moving. Stay where you are.
I will. Is this difficult terrain?
It is not. No.
I will move forward ever so slightly, Nathan, but only ever so slightly. I'm going to move forward 10 feet.
Okay.
15 feet.
15. Okay. Quanch.
Quanch is going to leap into action by darting south. 5, 10, 15.
For the listener,
20.
south is very
25.
much the direction you may imagine Quinch to dart, particularly when in relation to the aforementioned Wampa / Yeti.
30. Now that I am in better line of fire to the Yeti or Wampa, I'm going to let off a sure shit attack.
Okay.
And the first
Womp womp.
the first arrow hits true with a 7. No.
No.
Second attack hits truer still. Much better. 17.
That does indeed hit.
And that causes a total damage of 6.
6 points. Okie dokie. That's fine. Thank you very much for
that's
participating.
That's all I'll do.
Lovely. Thank
For
you
now.
very much. For now. Absolutely. Got plenty to do. Wallows.
Wallows would very much like to do what all sorcerers like to do, and that is point his finger guns at a big beastie with a level 4 fireball going at it, please.
Nice.
Okay. Give me the damage and give me your
You need
wild.
to make a dexterity saving throw to start with, please, Nathan. See if you're going to take full or half damage.
What are you throwing at it, sorry?
A fireball.
Oh, I don't know why. Thought you were doing magic missile. Weird. Okay, yeah.
It's probably because I said finger guns. That's the usual, isn't it?
That's probably what it threw me off. Yeah. What was it? Dexterity?
Dexterity, please.
Big lumbering beast. Lots of dexterity. 18.
Oh, he does actually pass. All right. So he's going to take half damage. When I'm casting at level 4 or higher, it increases by 1d6. So you're going to take 9d6 worth of damage.
Oof.
And then you're going to halve it.
Okay, give me the full or halve.
Overall, it is going to be a 43 halved.
So 21 points. Okay. Lovely stuff. He doesn't like it.
Is he flammable? Is his fur flammable? That's the question.
Gotta be, to be honest, yeah.
Because it will ignite.
Definitely.
Okay. You see him take this 21 points of damage, and just the damage is as you expect, but it didn't like it. Did not like it. That's all I'll say.
As opposed to that damage that is often liked.
Yeah,
Love
but
being on fire.
Liked it even less than that, Sam.
Ooh,
Yeah.
spicy damage.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anything else, Mr. Wallows?
No, Mr. Wallows is happy being at the back of the pack to the
Wild
west
magic?
of the map.
Oh yeah, wild magic. Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Gives a wild magic. I think we're back at 1.
I am
think
back at 1, I believe, because we got something lame. I can't remember what it was. It's a 20. I'm glad I wasted that natural 20.
We're at 2 for Greg. Right. It is indeed this creature's turn, and it decides to. What's its walking speed? Is 40 foot. So we are going to travel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It can't quite get to anyone.
Wow.
But, so you're fortunate enough with that.
Easy end of turn, so.
But it will look at Greg. Can I get a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, I would love nothing more than give you
as it stares at you, stares daggers at you with its beastie.
I mean, look at the positioning on the map.
Greg stares
hiding
back
behind
at him with his little beady eyes. And basically, they have a little staring competition, and with a natural 20, so 26 overall, I think Greg wins.
Oh, steely.
Yeah. If it's successful, you're immune to this ability. So it feels, it sort of shrinks behind itself from this. Like it looks at you, you look back, it stares into the abyss, and the abyss stares back.
I hit him with a blue steel.
Dab off.
Cool. Seeing the Wampa's reaction to Greg's fire, I'm going to cast some fire of my own with one of my other new spells, which is Scorching Ray.
Yeah.
Which is 3 fireballs. Let me just check what I actually have to roll.
Dice, usually.
Well, yes. I get to roll for each one, and it's 3 fireballs, so...
Not real fireballs, though, are they? They're just like mini ones.
All right.
The fireball wannabes.
But I'm like half the size of you, so...
Yeah, that does make sense, then. Little balls.
First one is 24, so I'm guessing that one hits.
Yep.
Second one is 10. Nope, 12.
No, the first little ball hit him, the second little ball didn't hit him.
Right, and the third one...
Oh, he's got 3 little balls.
Is 16.
That does also hit him.
Right, so that hits for 4d6. 16 damage.
Totes?
Yes. Okay. Yes, 16 fire damage.
Yep. Super smashing great. Yeah, smacks into him, and he sort of like lets out this little yelp, and notices you and licks his lips. Krill.
Hang on, I've still got a bonus action.
Tell me what Dabov does with his bonus action.
I'm going to run in and... Interesting. Going to run in and have at him with my rapier.
Okay.
On my bonus action. That is 18.
18 hits, yep.
For 8.
Cool. Thank you very much.
And I'm just going to stay there, I think.
Right. Yeah, okay, so that is then Krill. Tell me what you would do on your turn.
So I've been sat here smiling a bit smugly to myself. For the purposes of my glaive, is this creature a giant?
Oh, interesting. Roll me an intelligence check. Or nature if that's any better, but I suspect not.
12.
You don't think it is.
Okay.
Despite its size and stature, you don't believe you can. In fact, you're literally looking like side by side with Harshnag and this creature, and whilst they are relatively comparable in size, you can see that there's just the body structure and everything is just different. That you suspect they're almost certainly not part of the same thing.
The smug grin fades from Krill's face. But strangely doesn't...
Hit Harshnag.
Sorry, guys. Just once. I mean, I've probably caused enough damage to Harshnag.
Emotionally.
Well, I did.
And the fall.
Yeah, and the fall.
Yeah, that's true.
But the emotion as well. Yeah,
mainly. So I'm going to rage, find my way up next to Dabov. Slightly disappointed, obviously, in the fact that I know that I'm not going to get any sort of bonus damage from this. But either way, we're gonna reckless. We're gonna Great Weapon Master before you tell me if it hits, I'm gonna roll my Bardic Inspiration. So it's a D6.
D8.
D8. Oh, love it. For 6, so that makes it 25 minus the 5 is 20. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so 20 hits. Brilliant. So then we are going to do 23 damage.
23 damage.
Well done, Crow.
Yes. Okay, nice.
Well,
second attack.
Done.
Yeah. Second attack. So how does it work with my Bardic Inspiration? Like, because obviously
if you used it, it's only if it
fails. So if I'd have missed that attack,
you would have carried it over.
Okay, so does a 13 hit?
No.
Okay, so that one is a miss.
Okay.
That one's just taken off a bit of his fur. He's got a bald patch.
Indeedy doody. Okay, we are with Harshnag, who is going to move southwards to take a slightly different vantage point, and will wielding his large axe. He will. Yeah, okay, so he'll attack him with his axe. He gets a 30 on his first attack.
Ooh.
Dealing. It's not bad, is it, I guess? Don't get on the wrong side of Harshnag, guys. That's not great. And 12, 19, 26 points of slashing damage.
I imagine Krill's feeling a bit smug about that.
Mildly.
And he will then... He is going to... Yeah, just do it again, I guess. Why not? It's not going to be overcomplicate these things. Another 30. Remarkable.
Wow.
With... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, this guy might be dead. 20... 26, 33 points of damage. Nathan, tell me how you killed this Yeti. Well, I used my NPC to slice it in half with his very large axe. Yeti dies. End of combat.
Another delicious episode in the can. Thanks for listening. You can find us on social media. Maybe you could share your favourite moments with us. If you have any friends or family that you think would enjoy the antics of the circus, we'd appreciate it if you told them about our podcast. What is this voice? I don't know, but isn't it just so?
If you have any spare change, you can support us financially on Ko-fi. It is of paramount importance that you do so.
Open square bracket. Hi lads, here's the script for the outro I'm planning to record. I don't know how to end it, so let me know if you can think of anything witty to finish it at. Oh.